Hey friends, a few days ago, air raid sirens rang out across Tel Aviv. Explosions lit up the sky. The Iron Dome missile defense system was in overdrive, and for the first time in years, Iranian missiles directly hit Israeli soil, not through proxies, not via Hezbollah, but direct long-range ballistic missiles launched from Iran itself. Why now? What led Iran to take this unprecedented step? Because this isn't just another chapter in the Middle East conflict, it's a whole new book, and honestly, the scariest part? This might just be the beginning. So in today's video, we're diving deep into the real story behind Iran's strike on Israel, what triggered it, what it means for the world, including India and the US, and how this could spiral into a much larger war. If this kind of deep dive interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps Mr. America keep bringing you stories the mainstream media often glosses over. On June 12, 2025, Iran launched over 60 ballistic and cruise missiles targeting Israeli air bases, intelligence outposts and defense facilities. This was not an accident. This was a calculated, state-sponsored response, and it took Israel and much of the world by surprise. Israel's famed Iron Dome intercepted many of them, but not all. A missile struck near Nevatim Air Base, home to F-35 jets supplied by the US. Another hit a military intel site in Haifa, and one even landed near the Dimona nuclear facility. Iran officially claimed responsibility on state TV. They called it Operation True Promise. Their message was clear. You bomb us, we bomb you. No more hiding behind proxies. Now here's where things get complicated. Iran says the attack was retaliation for an Israeli airstrike in Damascus in April 2025 that killed General Mohammad Reza Zahedi, a top commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard. But that was just the latest in a long series of Israeli attacks. Over the past year, Israel has quietly escalated its shadow war, targeting Iranian officers, drone factories, and even cyber infrastructure across Syria and Iraq. Iran's patience was running out, but the real turning point? An airstrike in Isfahan in early June inside Iran's borders. Israeli jets, likely operating from Kurdish-controlled Iraq, struck a suspected nuclear development site. For Iran, that was crossing a red line. And if you're still with me so far, maybe consider subscribing. I promise you, we're just scratching the surface. So how did the world respond? The US called for de-escalation, but also reaffirmed its commitment to Israel's defense. President Biden said, "We stand by our ally, but we urge restraint on all sides." At the same time, Iran summoned ambassadors from Germany, France, and the UK, accusing them of hypocrisy. India, walking a tightrope, issued a statement urging peace, but refused to condemn Iran outright, possibly because of its oil deals and the fragile Chabahar port project. Meanwhile, countries like Russia and China called this a natural consequence of unchecked Israeli aggression. And this is where things get really dangerous, because this isn't just Israel versus Iran anymore, it's a proxy battlefield between the West and the BRICS bloc. So here's a question for you. What do you think India should do here? Should it take sides, or continue to balance both relationships? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Let's talk about the stakes. First, oil prices shot up by 11% overnight. The Strait of Hormuz, through which 30% of global oil passes, is now under threat. If Iran blocks it, global inflation will spike again, and this time, even countries like India and Germany will feel the heat. Second, there's a religious dimension. Iran's regime framed the attack as defending Muslim dignity, especially after recent violence at Al-Aqsa Mosque. Third, a wider war is now possible. Hezbollah in Lebanon has already fired rockets into northern Israel. The Houthis in Yemen are threatening Red Sea shipping again. And if Israel retaliates with a full invasion of Lebanon, or strikes deeper into Iran, we could see a full-blown regional war, possibly involving US troops again. And in case you're wondering, yes, this could directly affect your fuel prices, your stock portfolio, and even international travel. Here's the twist almost nobody is talking about. This might not just be about revenge. Iran's bold strike could be a strategic calculation. Why? Because Iran is preparing for the post-dollar world. It's now trading oil with China in yuan, and building pipelines that bypass Western waters. The Iran-Saudi Arabia détente, brokered by China last year, is holding up. So Iran may believe it can survive whatever sanctions come next, especially with BRICS expanding and US influence shrinking. Meanwhile, Israel is dealing with internal protests, international criticism over Gaza, and growing isolation. So this strike was not just emotional, it was cold, calculated geopolitics. So what happens next? Maybe nothing, maybe a full-scale war, but either way, this moment marks a shift in the balance of power in the Middle East. For decades, Israel acted with impunity, protected by US veto power, military aid, and technological dominance. But now, Iran has called its bluff. Whether you agree with it or not, Iran has shown it's willing to strike back, openly and directly, and the rest of the world, watching, calculating, waiting to see who blinks first. Here on Mr. America, we'll keep tracking how this story unfolds, because this isn't just a fight over land, it's a fight over who gets to shape the future of the region. So tell me, do you think this will escalate into a wider war, or is this the peak? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you found this breakdown valuable, give it a like, and of course subscribe to Mr. America for more such in-depth stories from around the globe. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.